Before we begin, let's look at this investigation board. Deixis and anaphora have different meanings depending on the context. The most commonly used word for deixis and anaphora are pronouns. However, they are different. While deictic expression relies on the context in which the speaker is the deictic sender, anaphora relies on antecedent. There are 4 types of deixis: present deixis, place deixis, time deixis, and discourse deixis. Besides, anaphora has 2 types: coreferential and non-coreferential. Let's dig into the Anaphora case.
(911) What's your emergency?
Sir, I found corpse at ABC apartment.
Affirmative. We will head to the accident site.
How the situation, sir?
The victim was shot multiple points. Expect to be a revenge. From the search on his mobile phone, we found there were 4 suspects: his cousin who hates him, his business rival, his friend that owed him money, and his ex-girlfriend that ended up badly.
This case is so complicated. It's hard to solve. I will name this Anaphora case. We are low on information. Hey, bring me that Anaphora 101 textbook. We are going to solve this mystery case.
Alright, let's begin with anaphora. We will discuss about anaphora type, anaphora position, word used as anaphora, and knowledge sharing. The anaphora consists of 2 parts, antecedent and anaphor. Pronouns that are used to show pronominal anaphora, which is realized by anaphoric pronouns such as we, they, he, she, us, them, him, her, and it, can also serve as references. In the context of another form in a situation, the meaning of anaphor is determined by antecedent. The coreferential and what anaphor refers to are the same as antecedent. In general, the semantic characteristics of pronouns that serve as anaphors and noun phrases that work as antecedents, as in an example, the anaphor accords to the antecedent. Sister and she both have feminine features because sister is a female cousin and she is a pronoun of female gender. In addition, Leonardo DiCaprio is a man and he is a pronoun of male gender. Although there are some incompatible cases of semantic features of anaphora that are different from antecedent, in this sentence, Da Vinci served as Leonardo da Vinci's painting, not Da Vinci as a person, so it must use it as a pronoun. In non-coreferential anaphora, what anaphor refers to is different from antecedent. However, interpreting anaphor still depends on antecedent. The pronoun it and noun garment do not refer to the same thing. It refers to dye garment, not garment. Therefore, it is non-coreferential. Some refers to a group of prisoners that thanked AI, not other one that not feel thankful. Therefore, it is non-coreferential. According to the theory of anaphora, we already know that it uses the pronoun as an anaphor in the sentence structure. However, there are other criteria except pronouns which can be an anaphor, and it is classified into coreferential, which are definite noun phrase, synonym and superordinate, and adverb so. First, a definite noun phrase can be related with antecedent in the way that they are an anaphor. Basically, the antecedent will occur before the anaphor. In this sentence, indefinite noun phrases as a bookseller, a buyer, and a new novel have functions as antecedents. They will define the information of the definite noun phrase as the bookseller, the buyer, and the new novel that they try to mention about. Second, synonyms and superordinates can also have functions like definite noun phrase as well. For the first sentence, it shows that synonyms can be anaphor. According to the 2 words snake and serpents, both of them are the synonyms. A snake has a function as an antecedent, and the serpent has a function as an anaphor. Next, the second sentence shows us that superaddinate can also be anaphora. For the word a giant snake and a reptile, a giant snake is a hyponym of the reptile and it has a function as an antecedent, while the reptile that is superaddinate of a giant snake, it has a function as an anaphora. Third, an adverb which is so can also be an anaphora by having a verb phrase or clause that functions as antecedent in the sentence. So is interpreted the meaning according to those verb phrases or clauses. To be a winner is a verb phrase that has function as an antecedent and it links to an adverb so, like its function as an anaphora, which has a meaning like, I hope that Dan will be a winner in this game as he hopes. Even if an antecedent usually occurs before an anaphora, there are some cases that the antecedent will occur after the anaphora. In the sentence structure, we call the theory cataphora. For this sentence, you will see that the name Kendall, which has a function as an antecedent, occurs after the anaphora, which is a pronoun as she. Therefore, it means that the antecedent and the anaphora can switch their position, but the real meaning of them still remains the same. In addition, in some contexts, it can simplify an anaphora if our speakers know about the background information. We can choose not to talk about it. Like this conversation, the speakers who can talk conversation like this, deciding not to talk with an anaphora, we can assume that they must know about the information such as the word that pen, like which is the type of pen that they are talking about. Comes to knowledge sharing part. Adverbs and pronouns such as tomorrow, today, you and they, they do not necessarily have functions as diacritic expression or anaphora. Like back and forth in this sentence, it is adverb, but it does not talk about meaning as the direction or journey. However, it has a function like a proverb that talks about the uncertain situation. Therefore, sometimes adverbs and pronouns do not specifically talk about place, direction, time, or person as they should be. In some cases, the ambiguity can occur in the sentence. Pronoun we can be interpreted into two ways. For the first way, about diacritic, it can be people in the conversation, and for the second way, about non-diacritic, it can be general people.
Why did you call him?
I've made a wrong call.
Now what is your relationship with the victim?
Mirda is my relative. She is a blunt person and she always makes me look like a fool.
Please be more specific on your relationship.
She's my cousin.
According to the conversation, the pronoun she in the sentence has the same referent as the noun Rilada. In addition, Rilada and she have the same semantic features, plus human plus female. They refer to the same thing, so this is called coreferential anaphora. Besides, superaddinate can also be an anaphora, like in the conversation. Relative is superaddinate and also anaphora that refer to cousin, which is the antecedent, and also hyponym in the sentence. And in general, antecedent will occur before anaphora, but in this case, relative, which is anaphora, occur before cousin, which is antecedent, so we call this cataphora.
Why did you call him at 10 p.m. on Friday the 13th?
I was angry because I started to sell green tea drink and he did so too. It's not fair.
The adverb so can be used as an anaphora to refer to the verb phrase. From the example, so is referred to the antecedent to sell green tea drink. As they serve the same meaning, they are coded as the coreferential anaphora.
So you reported the case to the police. What was the time when you saw the victim?
I called Renada at 11 p.m. and we agreed to meet. When I arrived around midnight, I saw her lying down with blood, so I called the police.
This is the case where the referent of anaphora is different from antecedent. Rilada in the first sentence means the living Rilada, but the pronoun her in the other sentence refers to the dead Rilada. As the stage of Rinladai has already changed, the pronoun her no longer refers to the same thing anymore, so this makes them non-coreferential anaphora.
Your number is in his latest call. Where were you at that night?
I was at home playing with my dog named Fa. She's a lovely dog.
But we found some of your fingerprints on the door and some on the chair.
From the conversation, the pronoun some doesn't have the same reference as some of your fingerprints, because some in the sentence doesn't mean only the fingerprints, it means some more fingerprints, so this is non-coreferential anaphora. This case is almost closed, so let's summarize the statements of the suspects.
From the evidence, the murderer can be anyone else except this person. The murderer is...
คงไม่รู้